Welcome to Rusty Brain Dump. As you can see here, the motor, this is the three-phase motor that turns the spindle, and the wires you can see are just hanging out the back. Here's the little junction box where the wires were connected to before. And so the next thing I'm going to do is to try to test that with the VFD that I purchased. So I need to hook those wires back up. It's pretty straightforward. There's 3 wires here. There's actually 4 bunches of wires up there, but I have them marked from when I took them apart. That motor can be hooked up to multiple voltage sources, and it was already set up for 220 volt 3-phase. So I'm going to leave it the way it was, hook those wires back up, and I'll show you the control panel in a sec. I showed you this part of the control panel before, but this set of wires right here, that black bunch of wires coming down over here and hooking in here, are the wires coming from the motor that I just showed you. So those are the 3 phases to the 3-phase motor. They're going into this little box right here, which is an overheat switch, and which then goes into these relays here, which are controlled by the computer. I'm going to bypass all that for now because I'm just doing some testing. So I'm going to remove these 3 wires from the bottom of this, and I'll use those to connect up to the VFD once I have them connected up on top. So I'm going to get working on that, and I'll show you how it's all set up in a minute. Okay. Now this is the VFD that I've chosen, in case I didn't tell you before. It's the Teco Westinghouse L510, and as you can see, it's the L510-202H1U, which essentially means that it's a 220 volt input, single phase input, 3-phase output. What I've done is I've taken those 3 wires that I mentioned before. You can see the cable here is coming up, that black cable there is coming up and plugging into T1, T2, and T3. That's the 3-phase line to the motor. And then I've got this other black cable here, which used to be connected into the 3-phase transformer. I'm just using 2 of the lines because I just have single-phase power coming into this machine right now. So I'm using 2 of those lines. L1 and L3 are hooked in to L1 and L3. So they both have the same numbers. It works out real nicely. So that's basically it. Although now that I look at it, I hooked in L1 into L3 and L3 into L1, but it doesn't matter. It's going to have the same effect. So the next thing I need to do is turn it on and try it out. Okay, now we have the power on. It's a little bit noisy with everything on, but you can see that it's flashing 5. That's 5 hertz as far as the speed goes. And we're going to hit the run button and see it turn. Let's see how it works. The run, alright, goes up to 5 hertz. Alright, there you can see the motor is spinning in a clockwise direction, the spindle I should say, just as it should.